Hello, and welcome again to another Printed Obsession Speed Sculpt. This time we're going to be doing something slightly different. We're going to be doing a Cyberpunk slash Shadowrun style model. So yeah, I had a rough idea going forward what I wanted to do with this character. I wanted to make essentially a character who has mechanical legs. Really quite enjoy doing hard surface design work. Don't get to do it very often, but this was actually quite a fun project to do. So the way I like to start these off is you certainly when you're trying to convert soft-bodied characters into hard panel work is you take the original soft body part and you kind of sketch out where you want all the panels to be, and then you individually extract each of the panels, give them thickness, kind of shape them a bit, and then what you start doing is you start adding the kind of mechanics between bits and bobs, or between the panels to make it functional. So again, we see here, I'm starting to work out what I'm going to do with the feet. So again, fairly early on, I kind of decided I was thinking, a character with like roller skates, grafted to her feet. A simple reason being that if say like this character's like a delivery lady. You wouldn't, cars probably wouldn't be the fastest way and means to deliver parcels in like a really, really heavily built kind of cyberpunk metropolis. You'd have runners like this. So that's kind of where my thought process for this is thinking, okay, so she's specifically her specific job is she is a runner. Or delivery person, anyway. So again, really, I just kind of had lots of fun making the legs for this one. A lot of the kind of mechanical parts are literally just bits that Zbrush already comes with. So Zbrush actually comes with mechanical parts and things like that you can actually use. It even comes with steampunk parts. That you can use to make the, stuff like this, if you know what you're doing. So here I make a start on the actual wheels. Again, lots of fun to do. I kind of decided to give them, quite big back wheels, and then, where the power is going to be coming from, and then, a bit smaller ones for the front. And I think I was looking at like motorbikes when I was looking to design this. I love the way with a lot of modern motorbikes that they've kind of got, they've got panels and the panels over the panels, and then they've got, all the mechanical parts. So some of it's on view and some of it's, hidden away, but a lot of it's all, lovely design work. Really enjoy it. Another main part I wanted to do was try and combine a bit of kind of almost cloth material on the rest of her, which I end up doing with the rest of the design. I did spend a lot of time on these legs, and to be honest, they paid off great. This is one of the few designs I've done recently where, it's definitely the legs that are the star of the show. It's not the the hips and the chest. It's definitely the legs this time around. Which is nice, I quite enjoyed making these. So now with the rest of this, again, kind of following the cyberpunk theme, I decided to give a shorts, quite a nice kind of bomber jacket, and a few other bits and bobs. I did try to give her a bit more personality with the face, although I will admit, doing her expression took 4 or 5 attempts because they just she didn't want to smile initially. It took a lot of work to get her to smile, or to get her smile look good, without making her look either completely psychotic or quite ugly in a few instances. So yeah, making the face look right is it's a difficult pastime, but it's worth doing. Little artistic tip for anyone is, if you're looking at a face and you can't work out what's wrong with it, turn it upside down, like you saw me doing just then. If you flip it upside down, your kind of mind resets on how the face looks, and you can usually spot what's wrong with it. Same goes for any part of human anatomy or any picture really, but it's kind of an accepted idea that if you're stuck with a face, look at it upside down or mirror it, and you'll probably work out quite quickly what's wrong with it. Or the other thing is, go away and come back, another day or like an hour, a couple of hours later, and again, you'll usually spot what's wrong. So here again, I actually spent a bit of time making, giving her some, really nice Cyberpunk Style headphones, because, a girl like this, she's got to have her tunes as she's rolling around the streets. The hair and the bodywork for this one was, she was, again, enjoyable to make, but I didn't really push the boat out on the kind of upper half. Like I say, most of the detail was spent doing her lower half, the legs. But I decided to give her, a few little cyberpunk details here. So I kind of gave her like some augmented scarring. So let's say to control her legs, she's had to have some implants to kind of allow her to control those, so that's why she's got the scarring across the side of her head. And instead of trying to hide it under her hair, she's kept it as a feature, which I would go along with. So here we now start working on the detailing pass, kind of putting the arms and the hands together, just making sure everything kind of fits together. I decided that she was, like I say, a deliverer, so I gave her like just a cyberpunk style box to deliver. Kind of in the style, you don't know what's in the box, and to be frank, you don't want to know what's in the box, because if you open the box, then you're in trouble, and the corporation, the big evil corporations that you work for are probably going to come after you. So again, more detailing passes. I kind of spent a bit of time cutting around the edges of the panels just to really, make them pop. And also make them to come out better in print. If you spend a bit of time edging your details, as in going around and just tracing off stuff, when it prints, it comes out a lot better. It also gives you an opportunity just to really, really make those little details pop. So here we start working on the paint work for her. I actually decided fairly early on that I really wanted this character to be, to almost look like she's wearing like a uniform. So, again, I started with the most important part. I kind of started colouring her legs, and then decided, let's keep the colouring for both quite similar. Because again, it makes her look like, she is actually quite a high class, deliverer. Again, the idea being that she, you want to guarantee getting this parcel across town as fast as possible, you hire this lady, because she'll, you know, she's got the tools for the job. Again, you know, quite enjoyed detailing all these little parts, so painting all of the little nuts and bolts, and you know, working out what's what metal, and you know, a little bit of theory behind that. It's always nice to do. So, generally speaking, I've what I would have done if I was doing this character again, I might have made some of her aspects a little darker. Maybe given her a few more dents, a few more, a bit more wear and tear. But I quite like the idea of keeping her fairly new looking. You know, maybe she's new to, maybe she's recently had a new upgrade, so she's, you know, even better at her job, or something like that. So we're just going to be coloring the face. The face is always the most tricky part with any character, because that is where the personality lies. I had to spend a bit of time kind of like looking up, looking up, you know, makeup tutorials, just to sort of go, oh, okay, so that's where you want the highlights, or that kind of thing. It's worth doing. I threw on a tattoo as well, just again to kind of emphasize the idea that she's, she's got, you know, one half of her head is shaved. Again, more as a character feature than anything else. Here we go. We're coming to the final kind of steps. Just adding a few more details. One more color. One more detail pass. You know, checking out how everything looks in various under different lighting conditions, and you know, just a bit more detail. I quite enjoyed adding some decals on the on her and on the parcel. It's always fun to do. Again, Substance Painter comes with a few decals that you can use, and you know, there's usually something you can find, or you know, if you really want to, you can manually paint something in. But I usually do find something that'll work. I thought about giving her a big tattoo, a big, you know, marking on the back of her jacket, but I think in the end I just kept that as is. And of course, being a cyberpunk character, the requisite purple hair. They always have to have purple hair. One more detail pass, and here we go. So here we are. This is the finished model. She will be available for purchase as a coloured model fairly soon, so I'll put some links in the description when she's available. But yeah, she was a lot of fun to make. Really enjoyed it. I'll definitely be making more Cyberpunks soon. Anyway, if you enjoyed yourself, please subscribe, hit that like button, and ding the little bell, and hopefully I'll have more for you soon. So until then, have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.